What do you want? Bloody hell. Not another ghost. Leave me alone. I swear if you don't leave me alone, I'll kill. Take this away from me. Don't you know? I went there one. I've never been a godly man, you know. I dug around a bit looking for Kendall's remains. And then I heard. At first, All right. I went there. And Kendall didn't say a thing about a burial. I may be old, but I don't want to go there yet. God damn it! We set our friend up. Don't you understand? Tagden told the bandits to take Kendall because he was the command. Told them he would be a good hostage. And they just laughed, but... I don't know. Tagden and Finley seem fine. Finley lost his tongue, Tagden his hand, and me. Now I'm an old hobbler missing a leg. Please...
Maybe the fish... I wouldn't mind knowing that myself. She stole a lucrative business contract out from under me and my family. Everyone's always yammering about Timberwall. Yes, Connacht. From a merchant family. But I broke my leg. You've never heard of them? They're a guild of explorers. They travel across Avalon. That's what LSA and I dreamed of. Though... well, a friend from back home. It was a long... We'd run around Connacht. My mother used to get on my ass for wasting... She got in with the geographers. Started running errands for them. Said some things I shouldn't have. Oh yeah? Maybe you wouldn't know it. I swear. First thing I did when I arrived was ask the locals what this village is called. And they just said, wait for it, there's also a sunken village nearby. So I asked them what that... So I asked what it was called before it was flooded, and how do you even work?
Your road ends here! You disturb my peace! Back to your hovel, coward! Your gold belongs to us! You're no match for our best.
some friend who... Tadgan and Finley also did their part. Tadgan goaded those bandits quite nicely, so they killed me, but not them. But Berg, he was the reason it all fell apart. Damn bastard. Why should I stop haunting him? Out of pity? Nah, he deserves... Oh, I didn't know how else to find him. Now you've led me to him. Thank you for that. And no, I don't owe you squat. I'm not entirely convinced that morality of mortals is something... Maybe. Just maybe.
are nothing but a...
You've exceeded expectations, whelp. Who'd have thought a nobody from nowhere would prove so useful? This had to be done. The Dalrita weren't just rebels. They were a disease. Threat and taking down Briadan. That was a Well, the less you know, the better. Brandon and his lackeys stumbled onto something. A place that should never see the light of day. Heresy. Plain and simple. King Arthur gave to reveal such places would spit on his memory, and we can't have that during the war. War is about control. Let's not test my patience. I've told you more than you need to know. Whatever it is, because he was an idiot blinded by desperation. He thought exposing it would shake the South, destroy morale, and somehow help. And for what? To align himself with... The man was beyond redemption. Oh, don't confuse Briadan's lunatics with the Dalrida as a whole. Camelot respects. What you saw here was just a pack of fools dreaming of taking Avalon for themselves. That dream ended today. Now, I'll leave this fish-stinking dump behind and return. There's work to be done, and One Eye's revolt. Here, my directive for appointing a new captain. Tradition says I should do it in person. Bergas will take over as interim captain, and Killian will... They're the only ones in this cesspit who aren't completely out of touch with reality. When I return, I'll make it Ah, yes. Here's what you need to know. There's an old gong in the sunken village. They say striking it starts the test. Romantic, isn't it? Those trials, they killed most who tried. And those who survived, well, only those who endured were worthy of becoming... But ask yourself this. If none of them are alive to tell the tale, how much of... I don't know. And I don't care. I don't have time for folk tales and the nonsense of these glorified fishermen. If you want to trace their stories, go ahead. But don't drag me into it. Now, I've wasted enough time here.
You've met Galahad. Why isn't he here himself? This. Galahad confirms Captain Brandon's death and calls him. He's named me interim captain. Me? And says he'll make it official on his His seal is here. If Galahad believes I'm the one to set things right, but Brandon, a traitor? If he sided with the enemy, now it's on me to make sure the Keepers don't follow Brandon into ruin. I'll undo the lockdown. The Horns of the South will rise again. Galahad has promised reinforcements, and I'll see to rebuilding our for the first time in years. Come with me.
Brothers of the South, we've lost Brandon, a captain who led with grit and a sharp mind. His absence weighs on us all. But our purpose does not die with him. The Horns of the South are more than one leader, more than one name. We are a legacy, a bond that cannot be broken. We faced loss, we faced doubt, but we're still here. The Horns of the South do not falter. We endure. And today, we rise once more. We return to the roots that made us strong, to the traditions that bound us together. The Horns of the South will reclaim their honor, their purpose, and their place in these lands. Our name will mean something again. Galahad has pledged tighter bonds with Camelot. Together, we will stand stronger, and all will know that the South is shielded, its people protected. Remember your oaths. From this day forward, we stand united. With each other, with Camelot, and no threat will scatter us again. The danger from the Dalriada and the bandits has passed, and others will come as they always do. Let them. We will face them as we always have, with courage, with steel, and with unwavering loyalty. The Horns of the South do not bow. We do not break. We stand together. Now, let's show the world that we are not just surviving. We are thriving. To the South! To the Horns!
Well, it's definitely going to be harder to do business with him than... Ugh, poor bastard. Not like he didn't have it coming, though. Now, Fergus is going to bury the Horns of the South in the past, but that's really not my problem. As long as there's money...
Sometimes it's nice to just... Veragas as captain. Okay, and though... Only...
Why would you want to fix it?
Take some advice from an old man. If there's a giant, ancient statue that somebody tried to...
Well,
If you put... Of course I can fix it. It's a skill we pass down from master to apprentice, generation to generation. Obviously, though, you'd have to bring... How did you, Oh, forget... Here. That should do... I have nothing to tell you. I could try to talk...
Ah, that's cool. It's a huge weight off my... Maybe now we'll actually get some peace and... Well, the thing is, some of them could be real dicks. But the moment I took this post, I stopped being... Because clearly, I was the best man for the... I wanted to be a builder. Big things. Lighthouses, bridges. So the fun... Well... Fergus as captain makes sense. Killian as quartermaster. You did. One less thing to worry about, right? You've earned it.
Who dares disturb my peace? You made an oath never. Excalibur. Wait. Is it really you? You, who come from a time beyond. Show yourself before me.
It seems he speaks to me. Allow me to answer him.
Welcome, old friend.
I can see that you know me, but I am a mere shadow of my true self. I don't remember you, Lord of the Seas. Forgive me.
That's what you told me, my friend. The next time we see each other, you will not remember me. But you are here now. The will and the power led you back to this place. Even in this incomplete form.
Where should I look for myself? I wish to restore Avalon to its former glory, yet I don't know how.
Avalon's fate has never rested upon one person alone, not even one as great as King Arthur. Yet here you are, trying again, restless and eager to take the responsibility again. I salute you, my friend.
Tell me what I must do to be worthy to lead Avalon once more. I do not think I have the strength.
Your path is true. Seek wholeness, and Avalon will reveal what it needs from you. And yes, you need to touch Excalibur.
Thank you, my friend.
And you, mortal. You have given yourself to the King's service. You are worthy of a place among the keepers of the South. Arthur, take out your sword and fear no failure. It is yours to take. It always was. I deem you worthy, my friend. The promise I gave thy mother is fulfilled, and thus our pact is ended. You know where to look for your soul. Trust yourself. And when you reach your journey's end, I trust you will make the right choice.
I am his will. the fire that bends the world to his command. I am the blade that shapes kings and shatters tyrants.
Enough, Merlin. You can't keep throwing lives into this abyss. These experiments, they're destroying what remains of us.
Destroying us? They're what's keeping us alive. Do you think the Four Dwellers will stop for pity or mercy? Every soul we lose here saves 10 more on the battlefield. You told me to do this. You sanctioned this. And I'm close to getting it right. I know it.
No, we can't justify this. There's no victory worth such a cost.
You know full well, Arthur, that this isn't about victory. It's about survival. If we don't push these boundaries, there will be no future for your kingdom, for Avalon. You dream of peace, but without victory, there will be no peace to dream of. The path ahead is brutal, but if we relent now, we lose everything.
And yet we keep losing people and gaining nothing in return. We must change the path.
They volunteered for this.
They volunteered to save our kingdom, and you've gotten no closer to doing it. Their sacrifices cannot be in vain, Merlin. Find another way. Use your mind, your wisdom. Leave this slaughterhouse you've created behind.
A different way. That will take time, and resources we may not have. The enemy won't wait.
They will if I make them. Whatever it takes, I will buy you that time. Find me a weapon that wins this war without annihilating what we fight to protect.
Whatever it takes.
Yes. Let it be known that it was my decision, and I will bear the consequences of it.
Oh no, my king. People can never know. It was all my idea, and you knew nothing about it. All of us have our role to play. You are the leader, and they need to love you. If we win, you need to become more than a man. You need to become a symbol.
Now, I remember. Before you judge me, it all seems so obvious now, doesn't it? The right thing to do. It wasn't back then, and you can trust me on that. We were on the brink of losing the war. And wars aren't won with wishful thinking. There was no clean path, no noble answer. Only the weight of reality pressing down on our necks. Something had to be done, or everything we fought for would have been in vain. And in the end, the ones who stepped forward, who chose to pay the price, made it possible. And their deaths gave Merlin the knowledge he needed to finish his work. To find something that could really turn the tide in our favor. I told him to stop the experiments on our men, but to keep going. And he did. He started experimenting on the Four Dwellers, the enemy. If their bodies could be broken down, their power turned against them, wasn't that their own doing? Wasn't that fair? So he figured out how to twist the Four Dwellers' power into something we could wield. I told him to conquer the weirdness. And in the end, he did. He found a way to make me stronger. Stronger than any man had the right to be. It wasn't just magic. It was something deeper, older. A force that reshaped me. And with it, we won. The war ended. Avalon was ours. The bloodshed stopped. The banners were raised, and the kingdom stood safe. That's the question, isn't it? I keep thinking about Seawall. He was ready to pay the ultimate price for what we were fighting for. And I thought he did. I grieved him. Told myself his sacrifice had meaning, that he had given his life for Avalon. And now, after all these years, finding him like this, I told myself I carried the weight of my choices. But seeing him, I wonder if I ever truly did.
You've got that look again, like you've seen something you wish you hadn't. Another piece of the king's soul reclaimed, right? What did it show you this time? Merlin. Ah, Merlin and his obsession with the weirdness. The king thought it could save us. Merlin thought it could be controlled. Together, they were willing to tear the world apart to win. I was a prototype for Merlin's latest idea, immortality. Me and Seawall, the king's loyal pawns. Used and discarded when they found a better way. When they decided to go even deeper into their madness and turn our king into a monster. Fight back. Against who? Merlin? The king? You don't fight gods when you're just a pawn on their board. You endure. You wait. And when the time comes, you either break, or you're left to clean up their mess. That's what I do. What I've always done. Even if he didn't, he should have. He was desperate to win. And desperation doesn't leave room for conscience. Every scream, every scar, even if he didn't see it, he allowed it. That's as good as approving it. Seawall was Merlin's first attempt. I was the last. We could say I was lucky, but to say that would take a truly macabre sense of humor, don't you think? You've seen what they did, what he did. And that's not the end of the story. It's not the extent of their sins. Find the pieces of his soul. Put him back together, if that's what it takes. And then we, or I alone, if you decide to defy me, can end the cycle. Either way, we will get to his resurrection. I've seen it too many times to believe the cycle will be broken before it happens. But know this, once he's whole, Arthur's power, his mistakes, and his madness will all return. And when that moment comes, I'll be there. Whether to stand with you or step over you. The choice is yours. Just remember that when that happens, and you stand by his side, there won't be room for both of you. Start. You've already started. But if you want the next piece, head to Kunacht. The Menhir there is failing, the weirdness swallowing what's left of the village. You will need to find another artifact. The shield our king gave to Palamedes. He was one of the king's finest. A voice of reason amidst the madness. But it didn't save him or his legacy from what they had coming. Find the shield, and then, well, we will meet again. We'll see if your perspective changes.
Quartermaster, finally! About time someone noticed my talents. Vergus can play cap. Please, state your... Oh, I see you still have blood. Do you keep at...
If you're here to see the healer, don't bother. I came to him with a toothache, asked him to make me something for the pain, and he said my tooth is rotten, and then sent me to... That, don't get me wrong. Osbrit's a decent blacksmith, but he's no good. With one lad, it took him 3 tries before he got the right one. I'll stick to my grandma's, or I would. If Heber took the recipe from me. And even if I had the recipe, said if I don't know how to make it, I shouldn't have it. And that he doesn't want some questionable... You will? Oh, don't worry. I'll give you something...
Oh, sorry. Do I know you? I'm Jan Heber, a physician raised in Camelot. Lanzo knows very well what he must do. I'm sorry, but there's nothing else I can do. He's not dying. He has a toothache, for crying out loud. Of course, I could give him something to ease the pain, but there's no point. Yes, his grandma's miracle medicine. I had to confiscate the recipe as well, lest he tries making it himself. No, I thought I made myself clear. If you want an excuse to drink yourself to oblivion on moonshine, no need to add other potentially Yes, and I'm pretty sure that's the only reason people think those things. It's obvious. If you drink enough alcohol, you eventually stop. Well, to be fair, but what if someone decides that if they don't have carnation, it's perfectly fine to substitute it with devil's snare? Or sage with wolfsbane, because, you know, leaves are leaves. I'm sorry, but... What? How do you... You know what? Fine. Do whatever you...
you're back. Thank you. Here, take this.
You all right, newbie? Have you been to see the refuge? I don't see how it's... An innocent man was sentenced to death just because he wanted to protect himself, and it's just one man's word against another. And the refugees don't trust us. Frankly, I think Mahon brought it on himself.
We're just sitting here. Vran, you can go.
Hold your ground, men. Show me what you are made of. You'll fall to my sword. I've had worse. Tis but a scratch.
Remembers everything. How can I help? Good. It's unrelated to your task, but this is the statue of the... Legend has it that they also say that if you camp here at night, you might hear the wailing of the witch. But with the weirdness so thick, that's all I know. I'd like you to find Calum and bring me his research. He took the idea of life as a form of... We expelled him and... The owls are hooting that he's holed up in some hut at the swamps. But knowing that lunatic, he won't be doing his...
say that. Someone comes, lights them in here, and then dies on all watch? The people would be at my door with pitchforks.
He's waking up. Welcome back to the land of the living, our hero.
Help him up, Ansem. Welcome to my home. Quite a scene unfolded at the Menhir, with you at the heart of it. I can't decide if I'm more delighted or surprised. What was it that made the Menhir react to you? I see. You have a habit of not taking things seriously, don't you? But this is no trivial matter, so I demand respect. Come now, you must have a theory. The local Menhir here have been rather lifeless for quite some time. Then you come along, breathe life into what was dead, and, whether you meant to or not, alter the course of our history. That's how I see it anyway. Tell me, do you know what this Menhir represents? So they say. The Menhirs were raised by Merlin to ward off the ancient mists that burst monsters beyond human comprehension. But none of this matters in our current situation. Here, the Menhir represents something more. For some, it's a symbol of freedom and independence. Strength, if you will. It shows that the people of Quornoct, my subjects, can face any challenge, even at the world's end. And for others, like our guest from Camelot, whom I'm sure you've seen, it's a symbol of power. Power once granted by King Arthur, and therefore by Camelot. And power that has been granted can be taken away. I want you to speak with Dinho and try to calm him down. He's the commander of Camelot's forces stationed in Quornoct, and as you probably imagine, your presence here didn't exactly make his job easier. With the Menhir active again, everything could change. Palamiti's shield, you say? An unusual request. That shield rests beneath the Menhir, and legend has it that it used to fuel its power for centuries. I don't mind if you look at it, touch it, whatever you need. Just don't take it. It's a treasured relic, and the people of Quornoct are quite attached to it. And you're probably just as attached to your head, which you'll lose if we catch you trying to steal the shield. I'm well aware. And now we're also facing an outbreak of the Red Death, which will no doubt influence Camelot's decision on whether to offer my people shelter. But with the Menhir reignited, the people of Quornoct will be even less willing to give up and go to Camelot. If anything, I expect rebellion to break out, and bloodshed is something neither we nor the capital want. If you need anything, speak to Ansem. He's the one who decides what's worth my time.
The less attention, the better.
Nice to see you.
And you have a beautiful soul. I can hear them fluttering.
Trust me, I want to be generous. For you, even lack. Coins, items, a man who is a a soul that... But no. Filth. Both there were people who let it feel... Oh, and one more thing. If you have anything that once belonged to... First and foremost, and filth. Heavy souls don't rest so heavy on filth.
Always a pleasure to see you.
This is my shield. But there's no part of my soul inside. We need to look somewhere else. But I can feel the missing part. Close. Maybe it's the men here. Maybe it needs something from us.